you're at work and we're working the same hours, what is it that I don't have done at home? I'm confused. Like, I'm not tending to you. You're tending to your job.
Let me tell you. So when okay, this is what a lot of people's schedules look like. Man wakes up, he goes to work. And I'm not saying every man, just some men wake up, get out the house around 7 a.m. or whatever, head to the office. He's at work. He gets off work between 3 to 5, and then he may go to the gym and work out. And then he comes home. Do you think that man is ready to just dive in and play with his kids or tend to his wife and talk to her and make sure she's good? Or do you think he's trying to first kick back and just kind of get back to his zen? What do you think he's trying to do?
Get back to his zen. So
therefore, he has yet to attend to his woman and or his children. The work came first, fitness came second, and now his zen is third. And then he's going to give his woman and or his children whatever he has left. Do you think he's giving his woman and his children the best version of himself?
I think my man is going to tend to me in the morning at the same time I'm tending to him. So technically he tended to me first, like I tended to him first before he went to work while we were eating breakfast.
I get what both parties are saying. I want to piggyback off what Will said first. So the question would be, yes, if my man wants me to stay home, don't work, and and he pay for everything or whatever the case may be, I will agree. You know what I mean? I feel like in marriage, you're supposed to look at your husband as basically I want to say you're knight in shining armor. God is first in the house. God is first in the house first. You get what I'm saying? So if yes, Christ, exactly. Then husband, then wife, then children. That's what we follow. But to piggyback off of what Di is saying, at the end of the day, that's when those two parties aren't supposed to be together. You get what I'm saying? Because if y'all can't come to the agreement, if this man want you to do this, but you want to do that, it just shows you like, okay, well, maybe y'all not meant to be. You get what I'm saying? Just because y'all been together for a while doesn't mean anything. Just because y'all shared history with each other or children or whatever the case may be doesn't mean that y'all supposed to be with each other. I do feel like, now today, a lot of women still wants to work because they're second guessing what's going on. That's when you're not secure in your relationship. Neither one of y'all is secure. If you got a question, well, why should I do this? Or why should I give this up if I like doing this? Yes, you're supposed to trust your husband. Yes, you're supposed to trust your wife. But I do feel like now today, it's nothing wrong with both parties going outside and doing something, like getting it. You get what I'm saying?
Did anybody answer my? Do y'all understand what I was asking?
I answered your question. Well, I feel like you're talking over me. You talk over a lot of people a lot sometimes, but I answered your question first. I said, yes, if the woman submits to her man, her husband, and Christ is involved, Jesus involved, God is involved, you trust your man on saying, listen, I don't want you to work. I just feel like you should do this, X, Y, and Z, and we're going to get it. You get what I'm saying? Trust me.
That's not what I'm asking.
You're supposed to trust him at that point. Well, you have a
I'm not asking.
a way of doing things. It's very rude to cut anybody off while they're speaking. Just hold off for a second. I'm not going against you.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on,
if your question, I will allow you to ask the question again if I'm wrong. But I was just piggybacking off y'all debate that y'all was going back and forth about. I don't think neither one of the parties are wrong about what they're saying. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like it's two different scenarios. If she can't be with somebody that she don't trust, she shouldn't leave her job. If you want a woman to be your wife and you want her to trust you, you get what I'm saying? But you're providing her these things and making her feel in that manner, then it's gonna happen.
Okay, listen, when people cut me off, I didn't go into a tyrant and start talking about them, what they doing. They cut me off multiple times. Okay. That's what happens when you're on a panel and people are having a discussion. Y'all be getting so damn aggressive for no reason.
You don't know me to say any of those things.
All right, let's get back on track. Let's get back on. Okay, Jasmine and Will. Let's get back on the topic.
Yes.
Will, just for the panel's sake, what was your specific question, just so we can see if it was answered?
My question was, do you ladies give your man your first fruit? Your first fruit is first. When you wake up, the first thing you do, who do you give your best energy to? The best version of yourself. Who do you give the majority of your day to? Do you give it to your man, your children, or your career?
My kids.
I'm sure she answered the question well.
I'm accepting her answer.
You want to know why, or you just want to know?
If you go to work first, if you go to work first and you put in an 8-hour shift and you start your work day between 7 and 9, I can't possibly imagine you gave, because most people's kids are off to school by 7:30, 8 o'clock. I can't imagine someone waking up, getting their kids up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to give them 2 to 3, 4 hours of their time before they send them off to school and before they go off to work. So ladies, it's not true. You're giving your career.
It is true. It is. Hold up. Let me talk. Wait, hold on. Let me say this, right? So you didn't say that. Now you're going into more of a detailed question, right? All you said was when you first wake up, who gets the first fruits, right? When I wake up, I say my prayers, right? And then it's my kids, right? I have to be to work at 7 a.m. So I get up pretty early, sometimes around 5:30, wake my kids up, right? Allow them to see their mom. Pour love into them. Make sure they eat. Make sure they dress. Make sure they look nice before they get ready to leave out. That's also don't matter about the amount of time that you're. Oh, I'm here. I'm 8 hours with them or whatever the case may be. That's not the point. You just broke it down even way more than what you originally said. But when I first get up, it's my children, right? That's who I'm pouring into first. And then if I get a ride to work from my partner, then it's him after that. We're talking, we're vibing, then we're saying whatever we say before we go our separate ways. But energy is energy. Whether I'm not, when I go to work, I just said that. I don't believe in working hard. I'm working smart. You think I'm about to sit here and be busting my ass doing all of this extra hard ass work? Hell no, I don't even believe in hard labor jobs. I'm not doing that. I'm going here, doing what I got to do, and I'm going home. That's it. I'm not pouring that extra energy that I don't have to.
I got you. Sweeney, you want to get in? You got anything to add, Marcus, Darwin?
Nah.
Okay. All right.
Only thing I can add is when you the guys that's listening, because I talk to a lot of guys, I'm starting to open it, the words that I push out to women too. So men, whenever you listen to women talk and they talk about how they're God-fearing, pay attention to how they exploit the word of God and how the stuff they're speaking is not actually aligned with the word of God. When someone can sit here and say they're God-fearing, but then when a man tells them do this and that, they have to go ahead and challenge them. They're telling you that they don't even believe in the word when they say that, because that's not biblical. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to let the audience, know how to be able to, pay attention to those signals. That's all I got to say on that.
Yeah. And then something else I wanted to add too is that if you are questioning your husband's leadership, then you probably shouldn't be in a relationship with them. I think you should have that established before you even get to that point, because once you married and once you guys having these discussions, then I think you should be able to trust like what it is he's saying, especially if you can articulate yourself well and be able to explain the reason why. I'm all big when I put something out there. I'm explaining to you like why we doing this. This is what I believe that we should do, and here's the reason as to why we should do this. So I want to make sure that she has a full understanding as to why we're moving up in this direction. But I still think it's critical for her to be able to trust my leadership. I don't just tell somebody something. I tell them why I'm doing it from a logical point of view. So that's how I feel.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Explain, help her understand, basically.
I'm just saying, if I have a question and I don't understand, I'm gonna ask.
You can't expect somebody to follow you and you're not giving them a reason,
Well, I mean, here's the thing that you run into as well, is that sometimes you're giving them the reason, but it's not what they want to hear. And so then you start to kind of bump heads with them because they just can't. And at that point, you have to really evaluate if this is the person that's for you, because there are some women that are difficult. They don't like, they don't process from logic. It always comes back to the how I feel, me, this is not what I want, this is not what I expected, this is not how I saw it. And so if they don't have an open mind to be able to receive what it is that I'm saying, then it's just, we're gonna bump heads. I had this conversation all the time. You got to have an open mind to be able to receive as well. And if you have an open mind and it sounds logical, then why wouldn't you take that approach? If two logical people, well, if two people come and there's logic that's there and it makes perfect sense on earth to the mass, this makes sense, then why wouldn't you do it? Like, why would you still question it? If you're questioning, then it's probably something internally that's going on where you have a problem just trusting people and even trusting yourself.